I have been feeling a little bit in a rut, and I just am starting to kind of get out of it. So I decided let's talk about it, and I want to do something a little different with my videos, and I want to be a little more like cinematic. I think learning what I want to do, and the fact that I feel like I haven't been as cinematic was kind of eating at me, as well as like other things. So this is me trying to be cute. I'm just gonna clean up my apartment and make some coffee and just chit chat on the sidelines. I looked up on masterclass.com how to get out of a rut. In 8 steps, I'm going to talk about where I am within myself in those 8 steps, and also help give you guys some advice if you are feeling like you're in a rut. A person in a rut feels emotionally stagnant and lack of motivation. Your days may blur together, you're burnt out, working on autopilot, and you lack that charm that makes you you. I have been feeling that like no tomorrow. I just don't know how to like be witty. If somebody says something, I'll think of a comeback when they're walking away. And I'm like, that's just not me. Like it just has been taking me a little longer than normal to have my brain. I've been fumbling my words like crazy too, but to have my brain be attentive. Know that this feeling is normal and comes around when you deeply want change. Be easy on yourself, because this awareness is going to help get your wheels in motion. Yet this will still take time, so don't feel overwhelmed that you're still feeling stuck. Instead, sit with it. Listen to your mind. What are your racing thoughts deeply about? What do you want? What do you deeply want? And most importantly, take care of yourself. Step 1 is evaluating your situation. Notice the signs and figure out what areas of your life is causing discontentment. How this started with me. I was really excited for this new chapter. I recently moved, got a new job, sold my car, and it felt like the rose-colored glasses got ripped off my face. I'm realizing where I live isn't totally safe. There's cops going by like 10 times a day. Walking at night makes me nervous, but nothing bad has happened. The thought of walking outside makes me nervous. I'm nervous like who could approach me, and there's like a lot of violence that happens. So if I say no, or if I'm like rude to somebody, what's gonna happen to me? But it really hasn't happened. So I've been trying to confirm that the instances where it has happened was very innocent and nothing was coming of it really. So I just need to get that out of my own head. Pretty much I like everything's not about you. Lately I've been watching a lot of like scary movies about like rape and murder and killing, and it just makes me very like tense. I get scared like if that could ever happen to me, if anybody could break into my house. People are always like, have pepper spray and stuff like that, but my ass would forget that, or be digging too long in my purse trying to find it. Like, I don't know. It just, I'm like trying to think realistically. So that was me evaluating my situation. Step 2 is focus on your well-being. Develop a self-care plan. Simply add one self-care activity to your daily routine. The way I've been helping this is by forcing myself to step outside, try new areas or the scary spots, and see that it's not so bad. Go by the water, watch it flow. Just like really connecting with Earth and how beautiful the world can be helps shift your mind from all the scary people that are in it. I also joined this Positively and then my city group. So if you have Facebook on the groups, you can look up positively and in your city. It's just like a group where they just talk about all like the positive things that are happening in your city. And this one is actually pretty active. Like people are posting in it every day. So I'm like, wow, this it feels good to like see the community. But yeah, if you start simple by like reading or starting a little hobby as something that you've always wanted to do. I did like headstands. I got really into headstands and yoga. So watch a video that can help initiate your goals. If you even just start with that, like today, just watching something that has to do with sewing, painting, or anything. Like you think you know everything about a hobby just because you understand the concept or the idea of it, but like you really don't. If you watch one of those beginner how-to videos that can help like really put it in your mind of, oh, that's how you do it, and then it can kind of like motivate you to do it because it's something you've always had on the back burner of your mind, but it just sits there on the back burner of your mind. So if you start by just like, oh, I want to learn about this hobby, I'm not even going to do it, I just want to learn about it, that could help you get interested in eventually doing it. Or like maybe it's a lot harder than you thought and you really don't want to do it. Or there's like a lot of tools that are involved. You can like make a list of all the tools that you need. Work on getting the items slowly. Like you don't have to get it all right now. By taking notes and learning about the hobbies, it helps make you feel productive. That action of just like feeling like you're doing something. Step 3, get outside your comfort zone. Try your best effort to try something new. So I was kind of just talking about that. Just make a list of things that you want to try that's new. I had headstand, yoga, like that. Those two things are really nice because you don't need much equipment for doing it, and it makes you feel like really good in the moment. Anytime that negative voice comes in and says, this is dumb, you need to shoo that away. This is not an easy process to be able to counteract that voice and say, you know what, I actually am doing really good. Today I cleaned up my apartment. Even though you do that every day, like it is very accomplishing to continuously praise yourself, because you could just be living in mess and like shit all over the place and no motivation to clean it up. So if you clean your apartment every single day, you need to be praising that because it could be worse. You do your dishes, you made dinner last night or ate something this morning, made yourself a coffee, like just even you sat there and felt the sun, you felt yourself soaking up the sun, like that just feels so nice to be able to appreciate those very very little things. Try not to focus on the negative, and it's so hard to do that. So even the action of being able to avoid those negative thoughts and think positively is something you should be really proud about. Number 4, look for a change in scenery. So this could be like working remotely, like going out somewhere, going out to the library or to a cafe or something and like working out there, or like reading, working in your journal, doing something that's like out of your house, and like when you're in that moment, like really appreciate your surroundings. Look at how the details of the restaurant or the cafe are put together, like the countertop and the walls and the trim. Just like look at all that stuff and be like, wow, think about how much hard work goes into making a building and making it like aesthetically pleasing, or even like people watching to feel good about the world. And when you see like positive interactions with people, because it's really a beautiful place that we're in, and it's really hard to get yourself out of that rut. guarantee when I was going in it, and these steps, if I heard this, I'd be like, yeah, fuck this. I'm not gonna get better. When you're in a rut, you just are so negative to yourself. The second you start to like come out of it, you're like, whoa, wow, girl, we need to chill. Doing some small things that are good for your body. When you start to come out of the rut, you will appreciate yourself for doing that. You're like, wow, I was in that low mindset, but I was still like able to do a 10-minute workout, and I showered and I made myself eat. Like, that was very good on myself. And then you can appreciate yourself for taking care of your body. Change in scenery, rearrange your place, which I did. Going through your closet also helps, like getting rid of some of that stuff that just sits there and takes up space and you actually really hate it. Think of your new pieces. What are some things that can elevate your style? As far as change of scenery, you can go on a walk and take pictures, draw these pictures later, make a list of topics that interest you, watch educational videos, how plants grow, how meteor showers work, what are the different types of clouds, trees, vegetables, plants. This is something I really like to get informed in, learn about what's around us in the world. What type of moss or mushrooms are growing outside. I mean, I know a lot of places it's about to be winter, so maybe learn a little bit about the trees and each different type of tree they are, because when you go on a walk then, and the fact that you can like name them even in your head, you're like, it just feels good to like understand the little things in life that like bring up this world. This is all stuff that I want to learn, and I feel like it just makes you feel like you have a purpose or like understand. Number 5, practice gratitude. I did talk about this, but throughout your day, when those negative thoughts come by, shut them down by thinking of everything you have accomplished. Number 6 is setting small goals. I kind of talked about some of them. You can implement them into your life, but like educating yourself, reading a book, like any little things too, like sweeping your house. You can do daily goals, or you could do goals that are like more long term, or where you see yourself. I understand it's kind of hard to think about the future because it's really hard for me to even think about it, but you know, once you get enough money saved, like have a goal of what you want to do with that. Want to go to a concert, or do you want to use it towards getting a new piece of furniture or more new clothes, or like set up these goals to look forward to. If you want to use your money to get some new clothes, do some research of what kind of clothes you should get, so then you're not like just blindly shopping later. Step 7 is spending time with loved ones. Try to talk to them about your feelings, setting up like a FaceTime call, setting up time to like go visit your family if you don't live close. I remember my family, whenever somebody would bust out a puzzle, like everybody would be eventually be working on that, like at the kitchen table. So if you still live at home and you want to connect with your family but don't know how, like an activity is very much something that can open the door. And then eventually you can talk and ask questions. How are you guys all feeling? Is everybody doing okay? There's some like highs and lows, and check in with each other to understand that you're not in this feeling alone, and you can be like, hey, I'm not feeling the greatest right now, and I know I'm not alone, and I know you guys have had low points, or like where you're feeling very low on your self-esteem. It may not be right now, but I like everybody goes through it. You can't deny it. So what do you do? What do you do when you're feeling a little low? And like, be realistic. Don't be mean. If none of this is working and you're still in this rut, just know it is time. Time will time definitely helps get out of it, because there's just a moment where you're like, I can't fucking be in here anymore. It's okay for a week or 2 weeks to be in a rut, but after that, I think, like, then you should be adamantly trying these steps and like forcing yourself to get better. And if it's not happening, talk to a mental health professional is step 8. And if you are still in school or in college or something, like, utilize those counselors they have available for you. There's programs in those areas that are there to help you. So definitely utilize that. But if you're not in school or anything, there's definitely numbers you can call. They're there to help you, and you can look for a local rehabilitation center or something like that. I'm not really aware of using the community because I haven't done it myself, so that's something you really should do on your own well-being, and like talk to your doctor and learn about within yourself. I'm really sorry if you are really, really struggling and can't get out and feel like it's a never-ending cycle. It's hard to get yourself out of that mindset, and just know that it's not going to be easy, and it's not going to change with the flip of a switch. You really need to put in the work and do this yourself. Soak up the sun. Work on taking some deep breaths and clearing your mind, because your mind can be a crazy, crazy place, and it can be mean, and you're sick of it. You don't want to be mean to yourself anymore. So I hope this helps, and I hope this helps get people in the right direction. And if you're not in a rut right now, yay, yay. I'm so proud of you, because being in a rut sucks, and someday you'll be in a rut, and I hope this video will help you. But yeah, thanks for watching. This was a fun one.